Umar's role is becoming clearer by the day. He was, in fact, talking to a handler, is what you have said. And they were looking for a symbolic location. Ultimately, Red Fort was chosen. And he had also assembled the bomb. And then he left the parking lot and detonated it. So looks like he is the main conspirator as well as the main accused as far as this case is concerned, the suicide bomber.
That's right, Radhika. If you see, since the beginning, what we have been seeing that when the NIA has taken over the case, and after that, what we have seen that during the forensic examination, it has been established after the DNA investigation that this was Umar un-Nabi who was behind the wheels of I-20 car. And after that, what we have seen that the investigation probe basically carried on from that point in time. And if you see, two key suspects and two co-accused of this entire investigation who has been identified as Amir Ali and Jabir Danish. So both of them have been arrested by the NIA team. And right now, the investigation details that we are getting from our sources is that Umar un-Nabi, who was the key conspirator, the main suicide bomber who committed this heinous crime in which 15 people have lost their life, was basically traveling to several regions of Southeast district, and from there he arrived towards the Central district, and then he went to North district to commit this horrific incident. So if you see, at that point in time, what we have also gathered the information. Apart from that, we have recovered over 50 CCTV camera footages. In those footages, it was very clearly established that he basically entered into the national capital at around 8:19 a.m. early morning on the 10th of November. And since then, he kept on moving to different locations, which include Mayur, Vihar as well, Ring Road as well. From Ring Road, he entered towards the Central Delhi location area, and from there he went to the North district area. So if you see, during that period in time, what we are getting from our sources that he was in constant touch with a handler. And who that handler was, earlier what we have seen that one of the handlers' name has come forward, and his name was Umar bin Khattab. Umar bin Khattab is a Pakistani-based handler, and he was also in touch with Maulvi Irfan. So at that point in time, he was in touch with which handler, that is yet to be ascertained by the agencies. But one thing is for sure, that he was in constant touch with a handler, but his name has not been identified yet.
Right, and also, Akhil, if you may take us through the details as far as the chilling video of Umar is concerned, in which he has justified suicide bombing and, several statements there being made by Umar in that particular video. I mean, have investigation agencies been able to find out when that video was shot, where that video was shot? Any more details as far as that, shocking video is concerned?
Well, Radhika, if you see, the video was shot up as per our sources from at the very premises of Al-Falah University campus, and that video was making rounds. And what we have been seeing that in that very terror propaganda video, he was basically trying to establish the fact, and he was basically trying it to cater to his audience, to the radicalized mindset people that this suicide bombing is justified. He was basically trying to justify this suicide bombing. So right now, what we have been seeing that video has already been taken by the authorities in that regard, and it's being forensically examined that when exactly that video was recorded. Because if you see, that very person was carrying two cell phones. When he went to Pulwama, to his hometown, he basically dumped this very phone, and he gave that phone to his brother, saying that if something for God's sake happens, then you are supposed to dump it in a pond. And after that, what we have seen that during his arrest, this phone was recovered by the central agencies. Because if you see, in this very case, what we have also gathered the information that not only him, not only Umar, there were other co-conspirators who have been part and with whom Umar was in constant touch. And if you see, in this direction, first name that comes to the mind of the Central Investigative Agency, which is the Counter-Terrorism Agency of NIA, in which what we have seen, they have arrested Amir Ali. Amir Ali was the person who has basically provided logistical support. Apart from that, procurement support as well. He was the one who basically went to new area, Mewat region, to procure ammonium nitrate, NPK fertilizers from there, which later on used in that blast. So if you see, there were several people who were the co-conspirators, and they are being questioned by the NIA right now. Another name came forward of Jasir, alias Danish. Danish was the one who was basically providing technical support, and in that direction what we have also gathered the information, because Danish was someone who was technically very equipped. He was the one who modified drones and trying to make small rockets as well. So there was a larger conspiracy which was at play at that point in time, and for this planning was going for a very long time with the help of a Jash terror module.
Akhil, also you spoke about a handler that Umar was in touch with. What evidence are the security agencies talking about that indicates that he was talking to a handler while traveling to Delhi? Are there any sort of intercepted communications, phone records, or any sort of testimonies that they are looking at that establishes that he was indeed in touch with handler? And any idea who this handler is, or perhaps the whereabouts of this handler in terms of location and so on?
Well, Radhika, if you see, there are several handlers, not only in one location, at several different locations. What we have gathered the information from our sources in the agencies that not only in Pakistan, there was one handler who was still is sitting in Afghanistan. Because if you see, Adil Rathar, one of the co-conspirators in this entire case, Adil Rathar was arrested by the UP Saharanpur district police team, and in which case what we have seen that initially this tip-off was given to the UP police team by Jammu and Kashmir police team, and after that they have raided a place in UP Saharanpur. From there they have arrested this very person, and later on during the interrogation they have got to know that Adil's brother, he basically moved from India. He went to Dubai, and from there he changed his location from Dubai to Afghanistan. So he kept on changing his location, and Adil's brother was someone who was in constant touch with handlers as well. So apart from Adil's brother, if you see, Maulvi Irfan was also in touch with Pakistan-based handler. So there were several individuals who were in constant touch with the Pakistani and Pakistani-based handlers and Afghanistan-based handlers. And at this point in time, during the interrogation, they have also recovered details that they were part of an encrypted group, and through that group there were basically approximately 22 members in that group. So the information have been received by the central agencies team, and now they have been basically trying to zero down the details and the location of those individuals who have been hiding. Because if you see, still what we know that there are 3 to 4 key suspects who are still at large. So once they will be arrested, then things will become more clear.